check this out. Voila! This is not an easy package to carry. Guys, today an exciting package has arrived. This thing's huge! Ugh. If it is what I think it is, I'm really excited. This has been something that I've been neglecting in a way for a long time, but I've known that I should get me more of these to improve this whole studio. Trusty knife, time to open up this bad boy and let's see what's inside. Okay, package number one. We got the light stand, which is actually really good because when I brought this package in, I kind of knew what it was gonna be, and I thought right away, dang, I only got one light stand. I have to go to the store and get some new light stands. But Focus Nordic, thank you for sending some light stands with the lights. Always handy. Another light stand. And here we have, I know now what these are. These are the NANLITE tubes, the Pavo Tube 15C. Woo! So, in the smaller bags, we have the NANLITE Forza 60s. So these are a little bit smaller studio lights. This will be good for hair light or just bouncing on the background. We have the NANLITE Forza 300. So this is a powerful beast. That's right, the guys at Focus Nordic here in Finland were kind enough to send me a whole bunch of lights from NANLITE to test out. So I got the NANLITE Forza 300, 2 Forza 60s, and then 2 of the Pavo Tube 15C. So really excited to test all this lighting. Thank you so much, Focus Nordic, for sending these to test out and try. Now, the reason why I've been pushing off getting more studio lights comes down to 2 reasons. The first reason, cost. Buying studio lights, stands, diffusers, all that stuff, it can cost a lot. And for me, it always hurts to break the bank. So, I've been just pushing off on and on getting new lights. And the second reason is that I'm just not that comfortable with lighting. So I think I've been just making excuses and just sticking with one light and being like, well, I can't do any other lighting steps because I only have one light. In a way, I wanted to have that excuse because I only had one light, so then I don't need to learn more about lighting. But something I've been thinking about recently a lot is just how important it is that you're continually investing into your business, whether that means buying new gear that will then allow you to learn new skills, or buying new gear that will allow you to do new jobs or new things. And for me, investing in new lighting is gonna open up a new door to learn more skills about how to use lighting, how to do different setups, get more comfortable with it so I don't have to be afraid about it anymore. I think the only reason that I've been intimidated by lighting was that I just never had access to a lot of studio lighting just to play around and test with. So even just the idea of doing a job for a client, which is gonna require a lot of lighting, I've always felt really intimidated by it. But now, thanks to Focus Nordic and NANLITE and getting all these lights, I'm gonna be able to practice and test out different lighting setups. And as well, I'm really excited because I'm gonna be able to finally set up this studio setup even better by having more lighting. One of the things I've noticed a lot of times when I'm filming is that I use my Aperture 120D to light myself up, but then I'm lit well, but then the background, for example, the studio backdrop is super dark. But now that I have multiple lights and also the PAV tubes, I can then use those to accent the lighting and make it nicer. So I'm really, really, really excited about this. And if you're asking yourself the same question, do I need studio lighting or do I need more studio lighting? I would say yes. When it comes down to photography and filmmaking, one of the most important things that we need is light. Good light gives us a great final image. you can have the most amazing cameras in the world, but if you got bad light, the image isn't gonna look good. So of course you have outdoor lighting and you have daylight, but sometimes it's just not gonna work for you, you know, whether you need to be shooting inside or maybe the weather's not working out and you do need to film inside with studio lighting. And when you have good studio lighting, you can shape and manipulate the light to get the final image that you want. So if you're a photographer, a filmmaker, or especially if you are a YouTube content creator and you have a studio like this where you want to be filming it a lot, I would highly suggest investing in studio lighting. And it doesn't mean that you need to break the bank. There is actually quite a lot of affordable lights out there. So just do the research when it comes to lights. Maybe you don't need to get the most top-end lighting right away. Start off with something, get comfortable with it, and as time goes on, build up your gear. Okay, I'm just way too excited right now, so I'm gonna play around with the lights a little bit and see what kind of setups I can come up with. So usually when I'm filming in front of the backdrop, I use the one aperture 120D with the big softbox to light my face up. But the problem that you probably have seen in the video a lot of times is that I have to light myself and expose for that, but then there's not enough light in the background. And I just spent a few minutes just tweaking, playing around with my new lights, and check this out. Voila, it looks a lot better. So basically in this scene, I'm still using the 120 aperture D to be my key light. It's lighting up my face, make it all nice, soft light. But the problem that I was having before was that the backdrop then is really dark. So what I actually did was I actually put a light behind me that's just lighting up the backdrop nicely. And you probably also notice that there's a little bit of a little shiny spot right here and then right here on the side of my face. And that's a backlight. So I have a light in the back that's just creating separation from me and the background. Okay, instead of me just explaining what the lights are like, let me actually show you the behind the scenes. So I'm just gonna grab the camera from the tripod, if you don't mind. Gonna zoom out. So here we have the aperture 120D with huge light dome really close to my face, because the closer it is, the softer it is. So you want to get that nice soft light. Then the problem that I was having before was that I would have the aperture 120D lighting my face, but then the backdrop would just be way too dark. So I actually put one of the Forza 60 NANLITEs on the bottom that I would then light up the backdrop. And then here I have the other Forza 60 with barn doors, so I can shape the light so that it then does a nice little backlight on me to separate me from the background. So with 3 lights, I was able to change the setup totally. So let's go back to what it was before and then to what it was now. Man, I am so excited about these new lights from NANLITE, just to play around. And this is just with the Forza 60s right now. I haven't even tried out the Forza 300, which is just a beast of a light, but I need to get a bigger softbox, something to make that really, really nice soft light. And as well, I still got the PAV tubes to get those nice colored lights. So I'm so excited to just start experimenting, start creating better lighting setups, because I really feel like I've been neglecting it for a long time, just probably out of fear and insecurity that I didn't really know how to use lights. So I thought, well, I just won't use them at all. And for you guys, whether you're a photographer or a filmmaker, whether we're talking about studio lights or flashes, if you're in that position right now where you're saying, well, I only like to shoot in daylight, let's be honest. Most of the time, people who say I only shoot in daylight or I only enjoy shooting daylight is because they're uncomfortable with studio lights or flashes. And I would really suggest for you guys to invest in lighting, because you can't always just be shooting outside, and a lot of times you can't control the conditions outside. Whereas the studio lighting with flashes, you get to control the light. You get to shape the light, modify the light, and make it look good. And we all know that you need good light to have a good image. So I'd really suggest for you guys to get studio lighting if possible. If you don't have a huge budget, just start off small and then slowly build up your studio lighting setup. Alright guys, hopefully you enjoyed this video. I'm gonna go play around with these lights a little bit more because, well, I'm just really excited. It's fun to get new gear and practice different lighting setups. If you're new to the channel and you haven't yet subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. I would highly appreciate that. Thank you so much. Alright guys, have a fantastic week.